So the first thing, we want to understand the needs and pain points of your workforce. So understand the needs and pains of your workforce on their daily process. So this is where you sit with your workforce and go through their daily operations and understand how do the frontline workers receive their task? Do they have scheduled boards? Are they getting emails? How are they currently getting their tasks that should be completed? How do frontline workers update the information within their task? Are they currently using paperwork? Are they calling in to someone to update the system? Are they going back to their hotels at the end of the night and entering their information? How do frontline workers order parts? Do they have to call someone to order those parts, like a coordinator or a manager? Do they go down to the local Home Depot to get parts? And then how do frontline workers use parts from a warehouse? Do they have trunk stock where they go to the truck and actually pull items from their truck? How is it interacted? Do they have an RMA process? Like, understanding that daily process is going to be very key to make sure that you have an effective rollover to a mobile workforce. Understand the needs and pain points for required tools. What do your frontline workers use on a daily basis? Do your frontline workers have access to their schedule? Do frontline workers have access to manuals? Are those manuals up to date? Is there a need for remote assistance? Is there times where your frontline workers are on a site and they have to call a customer support or a technical support personnel in the back office? Understand the needs and pain points from paperwork. As you know, as most field service companies know, paperwork, it's the bane of our existence, especially with frontline workers. A lot of times if they're piled up on paperwork, a lot of times they'll get behind. So you need to understand, is there any paperwork that needs to be completed, and how much paperwork? What is the process for version control? How many times have paperwork been submitted and it's been the wrong version? What is the process of turning in the paperwork? Do they email the paperwork? Is it hand carried? Is the paperwork entered into some software and put into a SharePoint? Just to understand what goes on with that paperwork.